goddamn maniac! And at the next junction, you shut the track.
Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on. Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
No wonder he killed someone driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away.
All right, I give up. That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday, and welcome to part 12 of the Super LA Noire Live Commentary and playthrough. Manifest Destiny, which is our last case for Hollywood Vice. We're going to get demoted after this. Just so you know, Manifest Destiny, quote Wikipedia, was the idea that the United States was destined to expand westward across North America. It was a driving force between U.S. expansion in the 19th century. Manifest Destiny, which is the name of this case. The name of this case. The ending, I have some trivia for you. We watch a little World War II flashback. Some of it's interesting, some of it I don't really understand. The game makes a reference to Charles Stoker and Brenda Allen. Don't know who those are, didn't notice them. The ending cutscene marks the only time Phelps' wife Marie has any dialogue. Yes, indeed. And I think that's the only time we even see Marie. Near the end of the case, Captain Donnelly will ask Roy to his office. Roy, come to my office, even though his office is in Central Police Station rather than the Hollywood Police Station. This is one of the few occasions when you can use the nickel-plated pistol, M1911 in cutscenes, which we did not do. You have to wear the sharpshooter outfit, however. If wearing the Hawkshaw outfit, which we are wearing, Phelps is depicted with a 45 in his holster even after he surrenders his gun.
You're a goddamn hero, son.
Roy Earl introduces Phelps to Mickey Cohen, an actual historical figure, a real gangster, even though they were already acquainted shortly after the Hammond case started. This could have either been a developer oversight or just a demonstration of Roy's short-term memory loss. Making it a little funny in the LA Noire wiki. The phrase Manifest Destiny is used by Mickey Cohen in the movie Gangster Squad. Manifest Destiny is also the name of an achievement slash trophy in another Rockstar game, Red Dead Redemption. It is achieved when the player hunts the buffalo to extinction. I did not know that. How did I not know that? Why did no one tell me? Why did you tell me?
We already cleared that up.
Sadie didn't tell me. Sadie didn't know. She's never seen a bison before. She likes the song, though. Manifest Destiny was a doctrine belief in the 19th century that American settlers were destined to settle the entire North American continent, in which those who lived simple rural lives were superior to those who lived in urban areas. Connie Fletcher, who plays Marie Phelps, Cole's wife, is married to Aaron Staten, who plays Cole. Oh, that's nice. They have a little bit of chemistry there. I bet they met at work. 2 voice actors. If the player has Phelps and Roy report back to Hollywood Police Station after investigating the 111 Club and before investigating the Blue Room, then the bus shooting warning cutscene will still take place at Hollywood Station immediately after interviewing Mickey Cohen at the Mocambo. If not, then the cutscene will occur after examining the manifest. If the player heads directly to the Blue Room, then Phelps and Roy will automatically investigate the manifest after the Mocambo scene. However, all robbery-related clues must be found in order for either circumstance to happen. If not, you'll be required to return to the 111 Club and find whatever related clues you have missed. Roy might even say something like, "We missed something at the 111 Club. We better go back." We didn't miss any clues. Spoiler alert.
Everyone has their vices. Even you.
Got my green tea. And, just so you know, the red tie, the gold tie clip that you can kind of see, and a gold watch. Gold on gold. I really like red and gold. What's that about? It's my Agent 47 look. If you are traveling, moving on with the trivia, from the Hollywood Post Office to the Grauman's Chinese Theater, an actual historical landmark, that I know was also in one of the Iron Man. Iron Man 2, I believe.
There's a change in the
Was
wind.
in, they have a scene.
About time.
Man's Chinese
This wind will be
Theater.
like a tornado.
Do not take the back streets.
Parker's
One of
got a
the alleyways
puritanical streak.
is on the route.
You never know we'll
On
get
the route
swept
is
up
the
in a thing
meeting
like
place,
that.
and entering the alley will automatically trigger the cutscene for the alley shootout, skipping over Grauman's car chase entirely. It is impossible to go back following the alley shootout and play the Grauman section. You also have to drive the car. If your partner drives, you will completely skip over the Grauman car chase. Elsa refers to Earl as an Untersturmführer, which was a paramilitary rank used in Nazi Germany, most infamously by the Schutzstaffel, or SS, and generally equivalent to a second lieutenant in Western armies. If the player prematurely leaves the interview with Elsa at the Blue Room, the backstage area can be explored, where a list of musicians set to perform is listed in the hall. The names Dud Smith, Marty Goines, and Coleman Healy on it are an obvious nod to the characters from James Ellroy's novel, The Big Nowhere.
I know Eddie McGoldrick.
This is the first case that Cole's partner appeared in the newspaper. The model numbers on the Browning automatic rifles are reversed so that they are always right side up. At the 111 Club, Cole picks up a rifle with the muzzle pointed to the right, and later at the bus shooting, he holds the rifle with the muzzle pointed left. This was likely an oversight. Yeah, sounds like an oversight to me. And despite Marie claiming to Cole that reporters were camped out in front of their front lawn all morning, if one were to go to Cole's house, there are no reporters to be found. And the Browning automatic rifle found on the ground after the car chase is from Robert's Diner is marked on top with M19 18A2, which is incorrect. The model in the game is actually the M19 18A, since it doesn't have a bipod and different rear sights. A lot of gun nerds playing this game. That's okay.
Custom case.
I like the accuracy. At any rate, here we are
Click.
doing the last case
Another day.
for
Another dollar.
homicide, or for Hollywood Vice. We will be demoted to arson after this. That was a lot of reading. I need to drink a little green tea.
Neat trick. The case must have cost more.
How are you, friends? I hope you're doing well.
follow up on the musician.
Normally, our co-host, Sadie, has a bath on Saturday night,
the stash
and she
close
did
at
not have a
hand.
bath tonight. What's that about? Miko's here for a minute. Miko says, hello, Super Antonio, Mott, and everyone. I'm off to the market for now. Have a good stream, everyone, and happy weekend. Happy weekend to you, Miko, as well, and enjoy your market misadventures. Don't have any misadventures. Yeah, I got this brush for her bath, but it's not arriving till tomorrow. It's like it looks well, it's silicone, so it's not exactly like, but it's a lot like Arthur's brush for the horse, the brush you get for free, along with some treats and some carrots. A grooming brush. So it's like a grooming brush, but for dogs. It's so cute. And yeah, I got one. So we're going to try it out tomorrow night, because they'll arrive tomorrow. Amazon timing was bad, but that's okay. Contraband cigarettes. The Valor Tobacco Company. Brave Tobacco. Is tobacco inherently brave? Are they implying that smoking this brand of cigarettes will make you brave? And here are some BARs. This is a fine rifle for
Never fired.
Oh, and there's the
Haven't been degreased yet.
there's a serial number.
could check on
This
the
is a
serial
fine
numbers.
rifle for combat.
This guy hunting for a bear?
I wish Arthur had
Look
one.
at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who
It's
sneaks
okay.
one of them home from the
Someone's
war.
tired.
How did he get 3 of them?
She didn't have a bath, but she's still tired.
Army surplus
What's
morphine,
that
Army
about?
surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the
Yeah,
details
and
of what exactly was
you know,
lifted from that ship.
as far as bath goes,
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps.
one
Administrative
problem
Vice
is
Squad.
her whole life.
Welcome
Her whole
to
life
Level
with me,
11
she's
Club,
had baths
Detective.
on Saturday night. I don't
Feels
think
like
she
I've had
understands
half the LAPD in
the
here
days
today
of the
already.
week, so she doesn't know that tonight she's supposed to have a bath and she's going to have one tomorrow night. She just knows that every now and then I put her in
Any
the shower
idea
and we
who
have
did
a
the
bath.
No idea. It was my day.
But I kind of like the
If I'd
idea
been
of
here,
moving
honey,
it to
I'd be
Sunday
full of holes,
because
just like the
it
others.
was fun relaxing before the stream. You know, it's like it's always a little tense, you know,
This
on
place
the
has been on
weekends.
slide for years.
On
turns
Saturdays,
up,
because
buys
you
the
know it's
club,
like I get
then we
her
start
home
getting
after
visits
her
from tough
PM
guys.
walk,
Next thing
and
you
then
know,
it's
we
like we
sit
got to
down
take a
and
shower
Wednesday
before the
basket.
stream, and it's always a little
Are you
bit
getting a picture?
it's
Tell
just
us
a little
about
bit
Eddie.
tense
Eddie didn't know
that
a
we've got to
thing
get
about
that out of the
running a
way
night
before the
club.
stream. And
He
this
came
time
into
it
some
was
money
nice and
and waltzed in
relaxing.
and bought the
I
place.
just kind of like,
Previous
you know,
owner
had
thought
a
all his
second cup of
Christmases had come at
coffee,
once.
fed her dinner, watched the little bones,
Where do you think he got the
relaxed. It
money?
was really
My
nice.
guess was
Mama
that
One
he was
and
selling
Papa
this
One are
really
here.
quality
Mama
product
One says,
that
hey
he
family,
had.
and Papa One says, hey gang. Greetings, Mama
you
One
for
and
your
Papa
help, man.
One.
Eddie was in over his head.
I got a
He was
dog
a
grooming brush for Sadie. It looks a lot like Arthur's horse brush. And Miko says, Super Antonio, eggs are being rationed here too. That's odd. I can only buy 1 dozen at a time online, so I'm going to the wet market to see if I can get 2 dozen. Do you eat that many eggs, or is it snake related, Miko?
Another day, another dollar.
That's odd. Why are your eggs being rationed? I believe in this country they got rationed from an overreaction on the former president, or on the previous administration, where they killed. There was pretty much a bird holocaust, a chicken holocaust. So we have to regrow all our chickens. But I wasn't aware they were doing that in the Philippines as well. I'm sorry to hear that. Miko says, hello, Mama One and Papa One. Hold down the fort. I'm off on an egg
How well
buying
did you know the
adventure.
owner?
Y'all
Older?
take care now.
Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survived
Yes,
the war,
Mama
then get
One,
blown to pieces back home.
in case you
Happens
don't know,
more than-
Miko has an infinite supply of eggs because they have their own chickens. Mama One says, you too, Miko. Hope you have fun and get what you need. Why do you need so many eggs is my question. Are you baking a cake? And if so, what kind of cake? She paid attention to cake. She likes cake.
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lickman.
Ilza's
We're
wearing
making inquiries into the
trousers.
recent
Not
deaths
that
of
many
4
women wearing
musicians.
trousers in this game.
Since when have the police cared about
Also,
dead
she has a
black
unique hairstyle.
Point. We don't.
Ah.
What we care about is 2 tons
Papa
of Army
once
surplus
says,
morphine
"Will do,
showing up
Miko.
on the
Hope you're
street.
well. If you were
If you
here,
care
I'd
about
give you a
morphine in
couple
this town,
dozen."
you better give me
And
something
Miko
on
says,
Middleton
"No,
and
I
Bow.
just buy
Or their
more so I
knucklehead
don't have
buddies
to buy
Tyree and
frequently.
Lamont.
I
This is
usually
your
eat
idea of
2 a
making
day."
good
Wow.
wise,
Do you
understand
scramble them or
soda?
boil them? Mama once says, "Hope you and Sadie are well, Super Antonio. We are quite well." And she's I think
about you get a
Sadie's a little
drink?
confused because she
While I
didn't
see
have a
this.
bath because we're waiting for her dog brush. Amazon, it'll arrive tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out
Will
on
you
her.
sit down?
You know, Michelle Trachtenberg,
Why
she just
antagonize
passed
him?
away, sadly. She
know
was
what he's
super
capable
young,
of.
39.
Ask your questions,
You remember her from
Yeah,
as
what?
Dawn from Buffy, if you were watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
People are dying of overdoses.
She was a cutie in the
If you know
90s.
anything about it,
and
you
then
need
she was
to
in
tell me.
Gossip Girl, which I didn't
can't
watch.
help you.
Anyways,
A lot of cats are into the thing.
Hollywood actor,
nothing special
eating
about
disorder,
you boys.
probably. But I read somewhere that
You can do this the easy way with
that
me,
her
or
lunch
I can call my partner back over.
consisted of
I can assure you he's a
a
lot
cup of
less sensitive.
oatmeal
You
and a
think your
hard-boiled
friends
egg
frighten me?
every day.
Black
You
man
know,
don't
just
supply
so,
nothing.
and I
You think
kind
there's
of
a
like
black man in
the
this town
idea of
holding
just
on to
not
2
thinking
tons of
about it, you
morphine?
know.
He'd be dead in a
So she's
minute.
getting her protein
White man
and she's getting some
supplies,
carbs
black man
and no
buys.
veggies, and you know, and it's like, and she's
My
got a
partner mentioned a couple of
subsistence
names.
diet to
Rick
maintain
knows
her figure, I would
I have no
assume.
idea what you're talking
But I like the idea of just eating
only
the
way
same
you're
thing
going to
every
get rid
day
of me
and
is
just
to
not
give me an
thinking
answer.
about it, even though it would get
I knew
boring.
Cornell.
And
We worked together a few years ago.
and I do,
loved
I'm,
to
you know,
music.
I'm emotional about food, as if in case you didn't know.
does
No,
that
I,
mean?
I do
It means
equate
that he
food
just
with
wasn't that good.
with love, not just
He was a sad, lonely
nourishment or
Boys, take
or
5 minutes,
sustenance or
please.
fuel. Food
I
is
need to have a
fuel. I know
private
you're
word
supposed to
with
do
you,
that,
officer.
but no, it's like I equate it with love.
Why do you
So
ask
it's hard
what
for me
he's
to,
talking
like,
about a subject that could
to,
have been jailed?
Drugs are
To
against
contemplate
the law,
a diet
Elsa.
like that.
You're so
However,
full of courage, you have
I'm attracted to
never
the
felt ashamed.
idea. I'm
This is
attracted
getting
to
us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war
simplicity
against
and
alcohol?
It's not
minimalism of
my
it. I would
war.
love
It's
to
against the
just
law. My
just
job
to
is to
boil
prosecute
eggs
the laws
and
of this city.
Do you
and
think you can
have
stop people
oatmeal
from
every day and
reading
not think
drugs,
about it. But
detective?
I don't
I'm
think I
asking
could
the
ever do
questions
it.
here.
Plus,
Then why do you come
I don't
to me
really,
with
I
your
don't really
stupid
like boiled
questions?
eggs.
You know who controls the drugs in
What's
this
that
city.
about?
It's
I
not
like
enough to just survive.
I do like eggs,
Elsa.
you know, like
you have to
scrambled
try and
or
make the world a better
fried
place.
or you know runny,
Have words.
like an egg on toast, a fried egg on toast, fried egg sandwich.
Words are
Delicious. I'd eat that tomorrow.
She's right. We need to pay a visit.
Pop one says the day ain't right if you don't have fried duck eggs
time of day,
and fresh cut
you'll find him
bacon
holding
or
court at the
ham,
Meccano.
plus coffee,
can
black,
wait.
3 sugars, Miko.
Something we
Breakfast
need
of
to be sure
champions. Yeah, I'd eat that right now.
Give me till tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Don't do
maybe I'll
anything I
have that
wouldn't
tomorrow
do,
because
partner.
I've got like some eggs left over from. I just made a bunch of her meals. I make her fried rice, and you have eggs with that. Miko knows that. Miko's gone, but I have a couple eggs left over, so I could make a fried egg sandwich tomorrow with cheese and bacon, and that would be delicioso. With a runny egg, Papa One. I prefer runny eggs. Bowley's here. Bowley says, hello, everyone, and Super Antonio. How's everyone feeling tonight? I'm feeling great, and I'm feeling better that you're here, Bowley. Happy Saturday. Mom one says, hey, Bowley, and Papa One says, how are you, Bowley? Sadie moved to the doorway. It's a second.
Not good.
She can kind of see me from there. She can't see me from the crate. She can hear me, of course, and she can see my feet. But I think she needs to see me in case I reach over for the potent canine bait, which is right here. Bowley says, holding my grandson and playing Monster Hunter Wilds. And Raynav says, what does a poached egg taste like? It's kind of like a super soft boiled egg. It's creamy. It's like a cross between a scrambled egg and a boiled egg. It's good. but it's not my favorite, and I've never made it ever because it seems like a pain to make. But you have it on Eggs Benedict, which is delicious.
Slack. Gotta get closer.
And Boley says it's fantastic. Yeah, I can't, you know, it's like grandsons are a gift, a precious gift, and you're raising him right. It's like that's going to be a happy memory of his, sitting on your lap while you play video games. I was talking to I guess he's a nephew of mine. His father, my cousin, had sadly passed away when he was a child, and I saw him at a family function, and he's like, I don't know, he's college age now. So I was telling him that I knew his father when when he was your age, which I did. I kind of lost track of him as an adult. But I said that, it's like he loved video games, and, he's a PC player, and his face brightened up immediately. He said, I remember sitting on his lap while he played video games on the computer. See, so you're doing good things there, Boley. Mama once says, I make our dogs food. I use beef, chicken, rice, veggies, and broth from beef or chicken broth. That's exactly what I do, except for the broth, Mama One. I use eggs instead. I like making my own using bones. The dogs love when they get the venison stew. They also get the leftovers from our meals. And Boley says, Mama One, my wife makes better meals for our dog than me. I can sympathize, Boley. I know my dog eats better than I do. Eats healthier than I do.
We're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
But
There's
yeah,
not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3. If
I
you'll
just
follow me.
made her a big batch. I freeze it all in like individual like containers. So I've got like 15 days worth of food for her.
LAPD.
Frozen up,
We have some
but
questions.
it's got
Hi,
like,
Gardy.
just
How's
like
it
it's
hanging?
rice,
Fine. Just
eggs,
fine, Roy.
beef and salmon. I
Brought
like
Beaver
to
along.
put salmon in
He's not
there
gonna put the shakes on me
for
again.
her
Cole
skin
Phelps.
and for her fur.
Mickey Cohen.
Good
What
afternoon.
veggies that I have on hand,
He
which
has
was
manners.
broccoli, peas,
Aren't you a little green for
cabbage,
Meet
and
Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in
one more.
Hollywood and the smallest
carrots.
gun. Or maybe that's the other way around.
I just
never
like
quite
fry
remember.
all that up,
You're a funny guy, Roy.
and
Haven't I always
and I
said
cook
what a funny guy would
everything in the beef lard
How much fun it would be to get together.
because she loves the beef
Poor
lard,
Johnny.
and
He's the dark,
and it's
sensitive
80-20
type.
beef,
He's a
so
serviceman
it's not
too,
like
Cole.
super fatty
Johnny was
beef.
at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
And then
Lieutenant won
that's
the
what she
Silver
eats
Star
for
from
like the next 2 weeks.
I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right,
And,
we finished
um,
flirting? You got
so
something
I
to
give her a
discuss,
little
Roy?
bit
You're
of
gonna
that,
stand
the
around beating
fried
the meat
rice,
while my lunch gets cold.
and
We have some
some
questions.
kibble,
Do I need my lawyer?
and but not a lot of kibble, just a
Your
little bit,
brother-in-law,
like
Lenny
a
Finkelstein,
a
was selling
teaspoon, a
stolen
tablespoon of
morphine.
kibble for
He
the
had
crunch.
1/3 of the shipment.
So she does get
Old
some
news,
real
kid.
dog food, and then some
I don't know anything
applesauce,
about what Lenny was up to.
and some Greek yogurt for her digestion. And she seems to enjoy that.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what
I
happened
like
to the
giving
rest
her
of
a
the shipment?
variety.
Lenny,
And also,
God
in
rest
the
his
Greek
soul,
yogurt,
was a
I put
moron.
blueberries and
He was family,
strawberries
though, and I haven't made
and
beef about
chopped
that, so
up
count yourself
bananas.
lucky, kid. The H is a healthy habit.
Raynab says, I heard about the American food.
Simple
It's called
solution would be
Rocky
to have all the
Mountain
dope fiends put
oysters.
down.
It's made of
So you don't
bull
know where he got
testicles.
the
Yes, they are sliced and breaded and
Ask
deep
a
fried.
question, you
And
might
you
get
know,
an
if you
answer
deep
to.
fry anything, it seems
We believe there's a link
it
between a
it
group
makes
of
it
Marines
palatable. And
the
I would
morphine stolen from
assume
the
that
SS Courage. One of those Marines was shot to death.
there are stolen qualities from consuming masculine
haven't heard anything
advantages,
about
I
what
would
happened
say,
at the 111
from
Club?
consuming
What can I say,
Rocky
kid?
Mountain
I'm
oysters.
shocked.
But
In the land of opportunity,
don't quote me
Uncle
on
Sam's
that because I've
finest
never
feel the need
tried
to
them.
resort to crime.
Pop One says, I don't
dangerous
know how that
business.
feels.
I can attest
LOL.
to that.
Mama One feeds me
I'd recommend
and the
you get out of the
farmhands
life.
like we are going to the
Quickly.
electric chair afterwards.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the
Raynab says, what does rabbit
Yeah,
meat
judging
taste
Pasadena
like? I
say
can't eat
adios
it
the
because
other
of
day.
my religion. It's
Prominent
very,
white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know, dope has never been my thing, Roy.
I've only had it
It's always
once.
been
It
for
was very
schmendricks
dry.
like,
It
Jack
was
Dean
very,
and Jimmy Utley. But
it was
I'll ask
very,
around and I'll get back to you.
didn't taste like
Hey,
chicken.
you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check.
I
on
would
that.
say like a cross between
on,
chicken
Cole,
and
we're leaving.
beef. No, chicken and
We have to cut
pork,
that dope.
but a really dry
Looks
pork.
bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest
But
of it.
it probably was.
There's
You
no
know,
way
I had
of
it from a
watering down
French
the stuff in little
restaurant,
packages.
so it was prepared as well as it
Guys
could be.
get the
But
rest
I
of it.
They don't seem
I
the
didn't-
type to frighten that easy.
I didn't actually enjoy it. But I'm glad I tried it. La Panne is French for rabbit.
Fucking rat Stoker has gone public
Miko
about
says,
Brenda.
"Never mind. I just found out
Brenda.
if I order one of
Brenda is
each, I can
LA's
get
most
more than a
famous
dozen.
map.
A
Knows
glitch,
it?
if you
Of course
will.
everyone
These are
knows.
brown
Brenda
eggs, by
pays
the
her
way."
Are we
And
cops
Miko
or a
says, "Hey,
collection
Bully
agency?
and
Wars have been around
Raynav."
since the Bible. Our job
Well
is
done,
to keep
Miko.
it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife
Glad
can
you're
stroll
back.
around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of
Miko
your
says,
mind?
"I like bacon too,
Every
Papa One." Who
politician in
doesn't like
America is
bacon?
against
I know
prostitution,
some.
except when they're using
It's
them.
prohibited in some
where does Stoker come in?
religions, but
He objects to
yeah,
the
bacon is
LAPD and the
good.
administration taking its
Papa
cut.
One says, "It's wonderful, Raynab. It is a stable
that's
meat
the
growing up on a
problem.
farm. We cook it
From a
different
little
ways.
acorn does a
My dad
large
loved
tree
fried
grow.
rabbit, and we all love
It can
rabbit
bring the
stew
whole thing
here."
crashing down on us.
Yes, I had fried rabbit, but I didn't.
Aren't you supposed
I
to be
didn't
working,
enjoy it.
Sir,
But
do you know which
obviously I
robbery
didn't get it
detectives
from
work
Mama
the Army
One.
surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus. I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll be
Pocket squares. I
This
ordered
way.
some pocket squares. I'll debut them in the next stream. I got pocket squares and a silver tie, a gray silver satin tie,
there. Harry,
because I have a black shirt
got
and
a
it'll look
minute?
really good with a silver
Sure, Cole,
tie. It'll
anytime.
pop.
you been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompson.
I like those green office
about
lights.
smoke.
Those
Homicide
that's
just
called a
recovered
banker's
3
light.
BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club. No kidding.
It's period correct.
Do you have a copy
Also,
of the manifest?
everyone
Yeah.
smoking
Here it is.
smoking like chimneys.
So how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess
Epstein.
Of the 11 Club?
Epstein, Papa One. Raynap says, "How to overthrow the government on horseback."
Enough to arm 3 companies.
Okay, Raynap. Papa One continues: raccoon,
It's our
possum,
backroom
squirrel,
arsenal
deer,
from the
bear,
111
wolf.
Club.
And one of my favorites is the moose. Make a
This is the
prime
thing we
rib or
covered.
moose ribs, and you are in heaven.
500,000 cigarettes loose on
There's
the
the
streets
Valor
of LA.
cigarettes.
Some of these guys are
We were
from
talking
my old
about
unit.
Valor cigarettes
The
earlier.
rest are finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon. But Goldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
Look
Goldrick
at that
bought the
beautifully
111 Club,
manicured
Harry.
lawn
His
outside the
brains are all
window.
over the bar.
Looks
Let's
like
see if they
whoever
show
stole
it
the
again.
dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Again,
Dragging
there
the
they
coat,
showed it. Again, they
like he
should
told
not be
Bob.
wearing their hats inside. They would have left them
Detectives,
at the
KGB
door on a
is
hat
going
rack,
crazy.
which isn't there.
Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every
Bowley
car.
says everybody smoked back then. Smoked in church, smoked on a plane, smoked during childbirth. Yeah, what was it? I was like binging old Kojaks from 1973, and they were like smoking in the hospital. Like Kojak went to to question a witness, and he's like lighting up on the way up there in the elevator. Yeah, so they're yeah, cigarette smokers welcome. It's funny. And then, Humphrey Bogart, one of my favorite actors from the 40s, and he smoked. I think he died of cancer, lung cancer, but he was the essence of cool. Raynab says, "Do you like the Lakota Indians?" Sure, what's not to like? Pop One says, "It was wonderful times, Bully. Back in the day, you could smoke anywhere. I used to be a heavy smoker. My dad chain-smoked Chesterfields, non-filtered. Are you impressed? I know what that means. Till the day he died."
Isn't that the cop who won the medal?
You watched the Hammond Galahad fight?
We're going to have to appropriate another car. LAPD, it's a police emergency.
Out of the car. Police.
Papa One continues. It was considered rude to complain about someone smoking in public back in the day. Oh, that's interesting. Now it's considered rude to smoke in public.
Watch out for the pedestrians.
Pardon me, sir. Never really smoked personally. I smoked, I suppose, casually. I used to smoke cigars, but you know, casually. It was never. I never got addicted to them. I guess I'm lucky. And never really was interested in vapes. Now everyone vapes. We find disposable vapes all the time in the park. There's a school and close to the park, and so I'm sure that's like all these kids like vaping instead of smoking because they think it's healthier, and plus you can get like bubblegum flavors. Let's try that again, shall we? So yeah, we always find like these vape cartridges. Kind of sad. Foley says smoking is akin to carrying a firearm in a restaurant now. Not if you live in an open carry state. Pop One says I smoked my first cigarette when I was 7 years old. Me and my brother stole my dad's Chesterfield and got sick as can be. He never smoked again. I started it again around 17. Yeah, Pop One says, I still smoke the occasional cigar with my son and friends here and there. I can't remember the last time I had a cigar. A friend of mine came back from Cuba, and she had some Cuban cigars. I smoked that one. That was like pre-COVID. That's the last time I think I've smoked anything. There's this one lady that that we see every now and then on our dog walks in the afternoon, and she has a Cocker Spaniel, and her afternoon routine, she's obviously home from work, you know, is to walk the dog and to light up a doobie, a spliff, not like a, you know, like now you can have like edibles and, you know, like and vape juice and stuff, but no, a traditional marijuana cigarette, a joint, if you will, and she'll like smoke it out in the air. It's basically legal, regrettably, and you know, it's like but it's a very familiar scent. You know, that sickly sweet, harsh
phone number
smoke
and restaurant table
that, you know, I don't necessarily want to smell, and I certainly don't want Sadie to smell it. Bad influence for her, you know, and I wonder why she can't just like vape it or. But I guess yeah, it's like, you know, I get, you know, all the apartment buildings are non-smoking now, so I don't think she could do it inside, but she could do it in her car. No, she can't do it in her car on her way home. Sorry, but yeah. Super
Hey, Alvaro.
It's kind of annoying.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain
I still
detective
consider it
now,
a vice.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earl.
But that's just me. I'm very judgmental.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus, and then cops turned up and start treating me like I'm some
Papa One
sort of
says my son chain smokes cigars. I joke he's a 92-year-old man in a 27-year-old body. And Raynab says underage vaping is a big problem in New Zealand. It's a big problem over here as well.
Not much.
Raynab.
Cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys.
It's very appealing to the kids. They think it's healthy.
I was down at the 111
and there's
this morning,
fruity flavors.
To scrape Eddie
Well,
McGoldrick's
they think it's
brains
healthier,
off the
I guess.
bar.
And
you want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile.
I don't know. I think it's attractive just because, you know, it's like you have to charge it in your USB. There's a technical element to it, you know, the accessories. You know, it's like it's a little piece of metal. Also, it's forbidden.
The dead guy on the roof works
Anything
for
that's
Mickey
forbidden,
Cohen.
they're going to
Why would
like,
Cohen
they're going to
you dead?
want.
Man, I don't know anything about
Mom
Mickey
once says,
Cohen
never
or
understood the
any of
appeal
those
of
gangsters.
vapes. They will put cigarettes, they will be the cigarettes of this generation in 20 years. They will say, no,
Her
it's just
name was in the
as bad.
sniper's
It's
notebook.
worse, Mama One.
Level with
I
me,
believe it's
Felix.
worse.
Cohen thinks because we were on the boat, we have the morphine.
Because there's all sorts of weird
Cohen is
additives
meeting those guys
that
to
aren't
sort it
even,
out.
that are not
Courtney Sheldon?
regulated at all.
Yeah. You remember Sheldon, don't you, Cole?
Mom
Be in
once says
touch.
nothing was cooler than
Heard that
James Dean and
Jack is in
Steve
LA.
McQueen with a
saw his
cigarette
name on
in
the
their mouth.
manifesto.
Yeah, and
He's been
Humphrey
here a
Bogart.
couple of months. Sure glad to
It
see
was
you
in
got
a,
over your
it
wound.
was a
Lieutenant.
Hollywood tradition.
I mean, detective.
And honestly,
Pretty cool
you know,
customer.
I don't do it anymore
He's been under fire
just
before.
because
You buying a story?
Not for
well,
a minute.
when my mom did not die of lung cancer, and I don't necessarily want to talk to, but I stopped doing it after she died of a certain cancer.
Cole
But I
Phelps, batch
used to
1247.
trade tobacco stocks because you were always guaranteed a bounce, a
I
dip
need an
and a
address
bounce.
on
You
a
could
Jack
always, you know, you could easily
Kelso.
make. You could easily make $80 to $100 a day trading tobacco stocks if you were bought and sold them wisely. You got the timing right.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it's still, you know, it's like they're making most of the money off vapes now, I think. But yeah, but I don't do that anymore. It left a bad taste in my mouth once my mother went to Valhalla. Peter Walsdorf says, good evening, everyone.
Jack was a
Peter,
company
good
sergeant.
evening to you as well.
He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
It won't work. He's a tough
Miko says,
customer.
I can count the number of times I had cigarettes in my entire life with one hand. Well done, Miko. Keep that up. And Papa One says, Raynab says, when I was 7, I saw 2 wild horses in Fiji. One was brown and one was white. And Papa One says, I bet they were beautiful, Raynab. I love horses. And to Miko, Papa One says, there's not enough fingers in the world to count how many cigarettes I smoked with my dad. I'm not sure where Sadie girl went. Did you see Sadie, Mama One? I'll bring her back for you.
You idiot!
She used to be in the doorway, but I think she moved to her crate. There. Say hi to everyone in the chat. Tell everyone to like and subscribe.
Hello, Jack.
Tell Miko you're
This is
sleepy.
Detective Roy Earl.
Hello, Cole.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you.
Papa One says, my dad was a lover of non-filtered cigarettes.
any
He thought they
choice?
were the best
No.
thing ever. He used to say
don't.
he felt
Are you
sorry for
going to
people
tell
who
me what
didn't
this is all
smoke.
about?
He would smoke them
better for all of
backwards
us
to
if we
burn the
discussed that
logo
today.
off. And
Bad
field
move, Cole.
strip the butt to not leave a trace. And Mama One says, hey Sadie. See, Mama One said
How
hi.
have you been, Jack?
Say hi to Mama One.
Cut the crap.
Pick
me up in front of my
yeah,
apartment
I
like
think
a
it was
common criminal and
Sinatra
expect small talk?
who
Fuck you.
liked to smoke and said that it was good for his singing voice, which is crazy. It soothed his throat to have that hot smoke. He had a beautiful voice.
You know that there's a
Anyways.
war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine.
That has nothing to do with me.
Look at that jacket. I did see I did see a plaid jacket that I thought about getting, you know, for these LA Noire streams. I didn't. It's not, you know, not loud plaids like these, like this one, especially. It was a very subtle plaid. I don't even know if it would show up on stream, but I didn't.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
But I'm liking the idea of suit and tie for
And
streams.
you didn't know that some mobster
Enjoying
blew his
it.
brains out last night.
Miko says, Papa One, my parents smoked too for a while. They gradually stopped some years
You heard
after
that
I
a
was
crate of
born.
VARs went missing?
They stopped
I
for you, Miko. Raynab says, in my middle school, we have 2
I
goals,
saw Felix
2
Alvaro
goats,
today.
2 pigs, 3 peacocks, 1 turkey, 3 pheasants, and a parrot.
Pale. One of Mickey Cohen's goons had emptied about 60 BAR rounds.
That sounds like a lot of fun, Raynab.
A public bus in the middle of Hollywood.
And Mama One says, Sinatra and Nat King Cole both stated it helped their voice. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. Oh, I love that song. V is, I don't know. Yeah.
What do you know about armed surplus robbery from the Coolidge, Jack?
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions, you would have been dead if it weren't for me.
Papa One says, I quit in 1996, Miko. So did Mama One. My dad was supposed to quit with us. We never smoked again. He lasted all of 20 minutes, cussed out a farmhand, and went to the barn and smoked till the day he passed.
Isn't a concept that has much effect on you, is it, Cole?
Answer the question, Jack. Let's get this over with.
Well,
I
you
was
know,
interviewed when the robbery took place.
it's
I don't have anything further to add.
I feel that
just
is a
want
freedom
information.
that
Bullshit,
should
Cole.
not be curtailed.
Did you
If you
seriously
want to
believe that
smoke, I
dragging
think
me
you
down
should
here
be
would get me
allowed
to
to.
give up my own guys?
That's my
You call
personal
yourself
feeling.
A Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shit heel? Look at this chump.
You know,
This
it's like
$200
it's
suit
so
and
heavily
$2,000
regulated.
car.
It's taxed into
Tough guy
oblivion.
act is really impressive.
You know,
I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would.
there's a
I'm gonna be
stigma
working
against
on
it
keeping an
socially.
eye on you. You can go now.
But you know, imagine if imagine if you like they decided that coffee was that hazardous to your health,
Another name for
and
the
they made
manifest?
coffee illegal or barely legal. Pop One says, if you ever watch King of the Hill, the episode where Dale quit smoking was pretty much how my dad did it. I remember Dale. I haven't thought about King of the Hill in a long time.
Talk about
That's
tension. That was like being
that's
trapped in an
another
elevator
that
with a
the
married
creator of
couple
that
who can't decide whether they
series,
love
Mike
each other
Judge,
or hate each
Beavis and
other.
Butthead
You
as
go back
well.
a long way.
I
You
think
went
he
too
also
easy on
went
him. Next time you leave it
turned
to
into
me.
a super
I know
lib.
how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't.
Just
Jack
from living
will
in
never give up his
Hollywood, I
own men.
guess. Raynap says, when I heard what the coloners
You better not get blood on this car.
canceled the Native Americans, I was terrified. Yeah, but it was a long time ago, Raynap, and it was Manifest Destiny. Like how I... Much like this stream.
Go on, get after him.
No, it happened a long time ago, and you know, you can't carry the sins of the past in your heart. This happened, and it's a historical fact, and but you didn't do it, and we didn't do it. But yeah, in New Mexico, when I was in New Mexico, I met a lot of Native Americans, and they talk about it every day. It's like part of the culture. Which so I guess it depends on where you live and your perspective, I guess. But yeah, we try not to get political on this stream right now. It always ends in tears. We lose viewers, we lose mods. So yeah, we try not to get political as best we can, which is not. Papa One says, my dad lived into his 80s, so it didn't harm him too bad. People will always find something to complain about. Everyone quit smoking, the companies would find a new enemy. The complainers would find a new enemy. And Papa One says, Raynap, it happened years before I was born. That's saying something, because I'm old. Yeah, centuries.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
And that's, you know, it's like...
Hit it! Clear this asshole off the road. I can't take the
no, I don't want to
shot
talk
from
about it.
here,
You can't
Cole.
talk about it right now. It's too contentious.
Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer.
And of course we respect all races. That's us. That's now. That was an amazing U-turn Cole did there. But we made it. Cloudy's here. Cloudy says, howdy, y'all. Greetings, Cloudy. Happy Saturday.
Throw out the...
Miko says, I just remember the first time I smoked, my hand smelled funny. That turned me off for a long time until I tried one again. Miko says, hey to Cloudy, and Papa One says, hey, Cloudy. Yeah, I've never really been into it. I've always been athletic. I've always been around, all my friends were athletic. So we just, we weren't going to smoke. And I did have a friend who was like a major pothead, and probably still is. He literally couldn't function without it. And we'd do this thing that he called wake and bake. And he would always offer to me, it's like, when he was lighting up, and it seemed like, and for him, it was like, it was an addiction, but it was also, there's a social element to it as well.
And what does he want, Coral? Name's Roy Earl, detective.
And, sometimes he would insist, I'm not, I don't really do drugs or get high. I wonder if we can talk about this on stream. Probably. Because that's the world we live in, where you can talk about that, but not this. But there were times when he would insist, like on his birthday, that I would have to share this special medicine with him. And I was like, okay, why not? So every now and then I would, but I don't like how it made me feel. But also, I'm a big control freak. I don't like losing control. It just made me giggly and hungry.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a fellow officer.
Cloudy says, I thought I wouldn't make the stream. I was watching Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. For the first time, I would definitely watch again. Yes, that's a very mesmerizing movie, Cloudy. I don't have it on Blu-ray, but I certainly would not turn it down. I love Elvira. I have an action figure of her, which does not do her justice. Oh, and then there's an Elvira in a Santa suit mini skirt for like Christmas. I want to get that action figure as well for like a Christmas display that I want to make. It's by the same company. It's called NECA, N-E-C-A. They make very screen accurate action figures. Highly collectible if you collect action figures. But yeah, I love Elvira.
An LAPD
What's
file.
not to love?
We have a trade
Papa One says, Miko, I enjoyed my first cigarette.
Have a hit team
It was when I stood up that I threw up. I can remember bits and pieces of my childhood. And we've been told by my parents and family, my brother got sicker than a dog.
Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
Got a blood-stained notepad, not wearing gloves.
We need to get to those guys fast.
Papa One says, I've tried the potent tonic before in Vietnam, Super Antonio. I liked it okay. It grew wild there and everyone smoked it. The Viet Cong used that and heroin as painkillers. That makes sense for them, Papa One.
They're taking out all the guys from the
I mean,
ship.
it's abundant.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
They obviously don't know who has
And
the
heroin's
morphine.
basically
They're waiting
just
for someone to crack.
unrefined morphine, which we were using on our side, which we still use on our side. Miko says, good memories that now make us smile, Papa One. But I'm sure we weren't smiling at the time it was happening. Raynap says, everywhere you go in Fiji, you will always see sugarcane fields. Okay, I couldn't, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, and I don't know what else I can say. Indentured servants that used to work there. Fiji's a beautiful place, though. See, Man's Chinese Theater. This is an actual historical location. I haven't been there, but I've seen it in movies. I know it exists. It was in Iron Man Part 2, I believe. Nice one, Cole. Unpaid help. Yes, thank you, Mom One. That works out perfectly. You can always count on Mama One, Papa One. Oh, we lost him. Let's try that again, shall we? Mr. Maddie's here. Greetings, Mr. Maddie. Happy Saturday. Raynab says, what do you do in the United States of America? I run a semi-successful YouTube channel. I'm laughing because if I don't laugh, I will cry. Okay, Mr. Maddie says, been playing Uncharted a lot recently, so if I haven't been in streams, that's why most likely. You know who likes Uncharted, I believe, is that girl from Down Under, Serena. You could talk to her about it if she were here. I think she's played it. Pop One says, Amen, Miko. I look back on the years and think, where did it all go? My dad's first words to me when I woke up from my coma was, you want a cigarette? When I first woke up, I panicked because I didn't know. And Mr. Maddie says, happy Saturday. Greetings, Mr. Maddie. I'm glad you're here.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
I didn't know who my family was, Pop One says. I was terrified, but my dad calmed me down and said, want a cigarette, and then talked to me for hours, and Mama One helped me so much. And Mr. Maddie finished the second the other day. Boley says, Semi, you're doing pretty good, buddy. Thank you, Boley. I appreciate it. You know, it's like, it's a sliding scale, and I'm always comparing myself to more successful channels. But, you know, of course you do that. But you just, you know, I don't know. I'm doing as best I can, Bully. But I appreciate your kind words. Pop One says, hey, Mr. Maddie. And Mom One says, hey, Mr. Maddie. Raynap says, what do you eat in the States? Same as you eat in New Zealand, Mr. Maddie. Or Raynav. Except we don't have kangaroos and orcs. I don't know if you have kangaroos in New Zealand. I do know that you have a beautiful country, thanks to Peter Jackson, even though there are a lot of orcs. But you have elves too, so it kind of balances out. And Mr. Maddie says, hello, Mama and Papa One. Sometimes we reverse perfectly. And hobbits, Bully says, yes, I forgot about the hobbits. So many hobbits. Mr. Maddie says Roy was missing his hat a second ago. It's Roy's own fault for making us drive, Maddie. And Mom One says, that is the greatest thing I have ever witnessed, and that's the love of my life, waking up from a 4-year coma. You relearned everything, and we fell in love all over again. It's like that movie 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore, who turned into a...
What's wrong with you?
Let's not talk about Drew's politics. Brainap says we only have them in zoos. Kangaroos. Well, I confused New Zealand. You have sheep. I know you have sheep.
You can see these people, right?
At one time, you had more sheep than people. I don't know if that's true now. But I confuse New Zealand, or associate New Zealand.
What are you doing?
Don't you love that parking job? I should make a short of that. I'm very proud of that parking job. Plus, it's not our car. What was I going to say? Yeah, New Zealand, I always associate with Australia, for better or for worse. Kiwi, that's what you guys are called. Papa One says to Mama One, that's right, Mama One. I'm one of the few people who, when asked if you had your romance and marriage all over again, I'd get to say I've done it all over again, and it was even more worth it the second time around. There you go. It is nice to see you two talk. It's very inspiring for the rest of us, and it's good for the chat to see a successful relationship, because I don't think the chat sees enough of those. And we live in a culture and a time where it's not rewarded or even seen, you know, like in movies and TV. Cloudy says New Zealand has lots of fallow deer, the most beautiful deer. That's because they're elves, Cloudy. And Brainap says we have many endangered birds. Oh, Miko says, Mama One, my friend in NYC lapsed into a 3-month coma because of the coop. He still has lasting effects from it. I can't imagine the 4 years you endured. And Papa One says, late 1968 to 72 Bully. I got injured in April of 68 and they stabilized me, but in September of 66 they tried to remove the bullet and I canceled 3 times on the table. They brought me back. Let's grab the Tommy gun. Speaking of cancellation. Couldn't really figure out... Okay, we'll go with the BAR. Couldn't really figure out how to scroll through weapons in this game. It's not intuitive. But I do like that, you know, you have to open the trunk.
Alright, let's kill these rat bastards.
Wish we could put on a vest. But that's why we have this outfit. I'm going to take more damage in this outfit. Raynav asks, what's your favorite horse breed? The Silver Dapple Pinto Missouri Foxtrotter. Perhaps you've heard of it.
I need someone to cover my 6 right now.
Pop One says, my dad refused to let them take me off life support. He didn't want his only son to die before his son to die before he did. Him and my fiance Mama One at the time stayed by me and came to see me every day, and when I awoke they taught me everything all over again.
Get behind something, Phelps.
I was thinking we could hop over this counter, and we cannot. Boom! Headshot for the win. Cole's tired of the BAR, so he just drops it. That wasn't a BAR. I don't know what that was. Some kind of long gun. Some kind of rifle.
Tell Courtney.
Let's move over.
Bad luck. It was worth a try. It was worth
Pick it up, Cole. Boley says, damn, my old man got lit up in Vietnam, but he never talked about it. Had bullet wounds all over him, but worked 40 years and never knew how it happened. And Mama One says, yes, those were scary times, Miko. I prayed daily for Papa One to come back to us, and my prayers were answered. They sure were, Mama One. Praying works. Okay, let's investigate some more of those banker's lights. They cast a really nice green glow. I don't like them personally here in my apartment because even though I love mid-century design, but it's just too. I prefer more of a modern lighting effect. But I've never, it's like I'm thinking about it now because it would fit in really well. I know where I could put one. Pop One says, my brother got injured 3 times and blown up by an RPG. Bully, he never speaks of it. I have his medals and he never tells anyone. His own kids don't know how they were. Didn't know until they were in their 30s. Yeah, they wore a lot of plaid blazers in the 50s. I believe that is a response to having to wear the military uniforms. The blandness or the uniformity of a military uniform 10 years earlier. Very formative.
Get wrapped up in this thing.
But that's also another reason why everyone's wearing suits and hats. Because of the military, of World War II had such a profound effect on the culture and men's fashions. Personally, I hate modern men's fashions. It makes me literally want to wear a suit every day. And I'm thinking about it, when I go out. Or not necessarily suit and tie, but I see so many men wearing if not PJs, then, a matching shirt and shorts, which seems like a very PJ look, or a tracksuit. Super annoying. Again, it's like comfort rather than comfort has become stylish.
All fingers point his way.
And that's
your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
It's just it seems lazy to me. At any rate, that's just my opinion. Papa One says they came to visit us on Ranch 1 as they lived out of state, and there was a photo on our wall of my brother and me at Paris Island in full combat gear. And Miko says it was a second, third, fourth chance at life, Papa One. So don't feel bad if you talk about such things from time to time. Not everyone gets a chance at life like that and a support system like you have. Mama One says, will you ever go back to your weekday live stream, Super Antonio? I'm thinking about it, Mama One.
Throw out the guns.
I might move Last of Us to Wednesday. Witcher Wednesdays didn't do well at all. It was super, it's like Wednesday streams. I don't know, and Saturday streams. I mean, like this LA Noire stream is not it's certainly not popular. I don't know. Marston Mondays. It's like Friday is the most popular night for this channel, where we get the most the views and in, like, in the most replays. Everything else seems like a labor of love. But yeah, when you got Last of Us and Sleeping Dogs, and I still want to do a Red Dead stream. It's like I want to go back to Free Roam Fridays on Fridays. So where are we going to put Last of Us? I want Sleeping Dog Saturdays. So Last of Us either on Sunday or Monday or Wednesday or something. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. But I haven't figured it out yet. Pop One says, "Thank you so much, Miko, and I truly thank and love all of you. I know sometimes, like last night, I can share too much. Sometimes it just comes out. I try to be a good man and set an example for all of the chat." Well, Papa One, it's important for it to come out. Sometimes I won't say it, but it's important for you to say it. Better out than in. That's what I always say. But yeah, Mama One, we need to be pushing more content. It's just,
you got some money
it's just frustrating for me personally and for the channel. But yeah, it's like you can't get views without content, and you can't make content if you're, and I don't,
cost me a fortune, you moron.
I put things out and I don't get the views. Well, actually, no, stop. I don't want to complain about the channel. I hate it when other YouTubers complain about their channels. So I certainly am not going to complain. I'm very grateful for the views I have and the subs I have. And we'll figure out a schedule of some sort. But yeah. Live streams, ironically, they pay at a higher rate than traditional videos. Captain Donnelly's mad at us. He's mad at Cole. And Cole, you broke my heart. You were like a son to me, Cole. Young Phelps. And you broke my heart. How could you do it?
You're in interview too, Phelps. There's a quack in there with him.
At any rate,
Beats me. Word came down from the
yeah.
chief. Said it was okay.
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, detective.
Miko says, "I'm sure Uncle would also say you're a good man, Papa One."
How do you do, sir?
Papa One says, "I understand, Super Antonio. I don't want to get you in trouble with YouTube. Sometimes it comes out without me realizing how detailed I'm getting. I must say, since we joined this gang, yeah. Are you using some kind of voice to text thing situation, Papa One? I'm just curious because you can type really fast. If not,
about their involvement, but that's difficult considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me.
Oh, speaking of voice to text, I'm thinking about it. I have recordings of Grok, Twitter or X's, Elon's AI. You can. It's voice activated now, and they'll talk to you, and it will talk to you, and so
we know about your showdown with.
I asked Grok about the best horse in Red Dead Redemption 2, but unfortunately, just like all it does, it doesn't make an opinion. It just aggregates search results. So it's a glorified search engine that can talk and is very personalized. But it chose the White Arabian.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
Papa One says, "I must say, since we joined this gang, my nightmares have gotten way less frequent. I used to have really bad night terrors. That's how we found the channel. Super Antonio's voice calmed me down, and so Mama One would play the videos on loop." Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I remember Mama One telling me that, and I certainly appreciated it. Certainly appreciated hearing
had a
that.
message for you before he died. Bad luck. It was worth
Come back here.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps.
She's in her
It
crate.
was a hard charger. Those guys
She's
deserve
done
more.
with the stream and
I
done
don't
for the
blame them
night.
taking their shot.
Miko.
Have you finished, Detective?
I've been watching
just gonna
True
start.
Blood. I don't
You
know
have
if
an
any of
answer
you have
for
seen
everything,
that.
Courtney.
I've got
Let's hope Jack does.
seasons
Because
1
now
through
I'm
4
going
on
after him.
Blu-ray,
Is there anyone you're not prepared to
and I'm on
sacrifice?
season 2, and I'm enjoying
Jack
it
is not in this.
a
He's a good
lot.
guy.
You or Jack, Courtney. I don't care
Um,
who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
But one thing odd, it's from like
What do you offer?
I would say 2008-ish.
This man is gay.
And you know, it's an HBO show, and it's about vampires, and there's a lot of nudity, which really appealed to me back then. But but it still appeals to me now. I'm not going to complain about it. I do love the female form. But what's odd, what's weird, is there are 0 tattoos, 0.00 tattoos, except for Terry, who's he's one of the cooks at Sam's bar, who has USMC tattoos, Papa one. But like on all the vampires and all the girls and all, it's like nobody has tattoos. That's crazy.
What is going on?
I mean, that's what life used to be like. Now, well, you know what life is like now, but it's crazy.
You'll be formally charged. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
Miko says, "See, Super Antonio, it's the narrative voice on your videos that did the trick." Miko, I get comments literally every day that say, "I love your voice," and I hate your voice. And your voice is the most annoying voice I've ever heard. Just like you sound like a serial canceller. It's like, so of course I don't remember the kind and generous and affectionate people who love my voice. The complainers are the ones that always, stick in my mind, which is odd. But I guess that's the way it is. Anyways, Miko, it's I know. I've heard it. And I understand that as a strength and a weakness of the channel. Papa one says, I switch between typing and voice to text. I try to use my good hand to type. But on long texts, I use the voice to text. I try to keep my one good hand in good shape so I can continue to ride horses and make saddles. That's a good idea, Papa one. But yeah, you are a valued member of the chat. The chat, the chat benefits from your wisdom and expertise. And oh, there's Marie. She won't even let him in.
Explain, Maria. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through.
But first playthrough, and technically this is my second playthrough. I wasn't even aware that he was seeing Ilsa. It's like we don't have any missions with her. We don't, it's like you get like one cutscene where he's like going to the blue lagoon, or before and seeing her, and you get like the cutscene where he gets introduced to her, but you don't really. They should have explored that romance a little bit in some kind of mission or case. Miko says, that's fair. We can't please everyone, unfortunately. And Mama one says, you should be in radio, Super Antonio. There's 2 types of people when it comes to your voice. Those who love it and those who are stupid and wrong. LOL. Yes, indeed, Mama one. Very well said. Yeah, I've got a lot of spoken word on this channel. There's it's called like a Red Dead reading list. I thought about reading Arthur's journal for a while, and I did. I started on it, and I've done some like short stories. They've never really done that well on this channel, regrettably. But we're always trying. As long as you don't give up, as long as you keep getting back up, I think that's what this saying is. They can't let you down if you keep getting back up. shout out to the channel members. And that's about all I have for you tonight. And thank you so much for the kind words, Miko and Mama One and everyone. It really helps in Bowley. You know, it really helps and inspires me to keep this channel going. Even though I'm not planning on leaving you guys, I enjoy this so much, and I should be doing it more. Shout out to the mods, Miko, of course, and Papa One and Mama One and Serena, and Marco. If you're watching on the replays, and I know you do, I really appreciate you, Marco. It was great talking to all of you. We will not be back on Sunday, but I do have plans. The Bad Honor playthrough returns on Friday, and we've moved on to Arson. We've been demoted. I'll keep this going for a while if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves. At any rate, I appreciate all of you. Thanks so much for being here. Happy Saturday, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you soon, friends.
You're paying for every last scratch.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps. A hopped-up model, a cat, and a circus freak. You idiot!
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar.
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
What the hell? This car cost me a fortune, you moron!
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eastrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.